Hi and welcome to today's live training. Dina over here, and I'm so excited to share with you today's Thursday training right here inside the group. So if you're joining me live, tell me hello right in the comments right below. And if you're watching the replay, hashtag replay right below as well. You make sure everything is going good in the group, because you know. Let's see if I can hear. One second. There we go. Perfect. Welcome to Thursday training. I'm so excited to share with you exactly what I am going to be talking about today, because 2020 has been quite a year. And when I say it's been quite a year in the things that happened with the pandemic, a lot of shifts, a lot of changes, and very often a lot of things can happen. We have two ways to go about it, right? We can just go with it, or we can decide we want something different. And for me, 2020 was something of realizing that the pandemic was a big hit, but as well realizing that I have the choice, I have the power, and I have the chance to decide something differently. I'm going to talk to you about a few things today. I'm going to talk about the 3 things in terms of helping you regarding your weight loss, no matter what is happening in the outside world. I'm going to give you some little extra things that I would love for you to read on, or if you want me to do another training on it, I'm more than happy to do it. Something that I've been talking about for a while, and yet something came up today that I was like, wow, this is a theory that's been existing for so long and nobody is talking about it. I want to share it with you today. So if you're joining live, tell me hello right below. If you're watching the replay, hashtag replay. And if ever there's a topic that you feel in terms of what I'm talking about today is kind of interesting, you want me to dive into it, just comment right below. Always happy to be here. So everything is okay? Perfect. So I think I'm going to just move this just a little bit. There we go. There you go. We're all good. So the title of this training, the 3 secrets to eating your way to weight loss. Now, whenever I'm talking about weight loss, it's really releasing the weight that you've gained. It could be in the past year, it could be in 5 years. It's always about releasing what no longer is serving you. And very often we do gain weight through hormonal changes. We can actually gain weight as well through stressful situations, binge eating, stress eating. And this is, for example, for me, my history was really the binge eating, the overeating that made me gain a lot of weight, and finding a way to rebalance my life. And that's what I'm going to talk about today, rebalancing my life so that I'm able to shed the weight that is related to that. Because the aim of everything that I'm talking about, it's not like, I'm not sharing any like quick fix, how to do your, get a 6-pack ab and like losing 20 pounds in 20 days. Oh, 1 second. There was music in my ears because I was getting a phone call at the same time. Very interesting trying these lovely Christmas present, my Samsung earbuds with my live stream today. So when I'm talking about weight loss, I am not the coach that's going to tell you how to go from like a size 16 to a size 2, how to get a 6-pack ab in 4 weeks, how to lose 20 pounds in 20 days. This is what you're looking for. This is not for you. And the reason why this is not for you, because really releasing the weight is eating your way through weight loss, is finding that happy weight, that healthy weight for you. It's not dropping these 20 sizes that, if you've never been that size, I'm going to be realistic, and sometimes it can be quite overwhelming of thinking, oh my God, is all this number that I need to lose. It's more realizing, how can we lose weight, start feeling good? How can I lose weight and not binge eat anymore? How can I lose weight and feel good in my body so I can be energized and be with my family, my friends? How can I lose weight and fit again in my clothing? How can I lose weight and being able to do my cardio and feeling good finishing my workout? How can I lose weight and go up 3 flights of stairs and be energetic? This is when I talk about weight loss. It's finding that happy weight for you where you're able to actually do what you want to do. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. This is the way that I'm working. This is what I am calling for you to join me in terms of creating a movement, a revolution of if you want to get the 6-pack abs, no problem. I am here to help you heal your relationship with food. I am here to help you optimize your metabolism, get out of your own way mentally in terms of what's blocking you from creating that change. And these are the things I'm going to be talking about today in the training. So the title, The 3 Secrets, and they are secrets because people are not really talking about it because everybody's going for a quick fix. And there is no quick fix when it comes to weight loss. There's a quick decision. So the only quick fix I can say is that the day that you decide that you're done with what you're going through and you're ready to create a change, this is the quickest way to get to where you want to go. And these are the clients that I work with. There's no more plan B, C, D, E, F, and all the alphabets. Plan A, and we're going to get it done. And that's what I decided for me is I was done with the struggle. I was done trying one plan after the next. I was done listening to all these like amazing teachers, amazing people that I was working with when I graduated university. And I was like, I'm done with this. I'm ready to actually know what works for me and done with the struggle for the long term. And that's what I created. And that's where my business has been for the past 20 years. So let me see everything we want to cover. So I'm going to share with you today, and this is what I invite you to do. I invite you to join every training that I do with an open mind. We are here to think outside the box. I know you know what you need to do, but do you really know what you need to do for you? And what is blocking you from doing what you need to do? So I want you to think a little bit outside the box. Because thinking inside the box is the dieting world and it's not working. So it's getting outside the box and seeing beyond that what is truly blocking you. Because with everything that I've been going through and all the clients I've been working with, the conventional way of dieting, calorie counting does not work. It works maybe once or twice in our life. And after that, your body goes into survival mode, especially as a woman. We have strong survival mechanism and it doesn't work anymore. And the more diets that you do, the more you're struggling. So today is really these 3 secrets I want to open up your eyes to that are truly, you're going to see, I'm going to tell you stories about me, tell you stories about my clients, and you're going to see how it doesn't have to be that hard, but we need to stop doing what we're always used to doing. We need to get out of our comfort zone. So number 1, the number 1 secret, and I'm going to be posting it right below in the comments like that we don't lose them. So the number 1 secret, how I finally flipped my weight loss switch by releasing what was stressing my body despite my slow metabolism, or so I thought. So a little story about me. I am amazing at my job. In terms of eating, fitness, movement, like I'm able to create for you something amazing to help you get going. And I remember when I started my business and I started creating this amazing system, these amazing plans for my clients, some of them were losing the weight and feeling great and others weren't. And for me, no matter what I was trying to follow in terms of those plans, it wasn't working for me. That's when I was kind of like stepping back and saying, okay, I should have a slow metabolism. That was not really the case. There is no fast or slow metabolism. There's your metabolism. And your hunger and your fullness are related to your metabolism. However, there's many outside things that actually come in and slow down your metabolism. Okay, so you're not born with a slow metabolism, but there's certain things around that are slowing down your metabolism. And I really want you to envision this because when I created this, when I realized this in my own personal journey, it changed everything when I was able to help my clients as well. We always think of, I need to release the weight. Food and fitness, right? But one of the things that actually prevents you from losing the weight, it's not something that you are actually seeing. It's not food, it's not fitness. And I want you to envision this. This happens very often for people that are struggling with binge eating, stress eating, overeating. There's a lot of stuff that we put on our shoulders. A lot of expectations from other people, being above and beyond there for other people, but then putting ourselves last. Maybe there's some people that might feel they've gone through trauma or stress when they were growing up. Others might feel like they've been kind of neglected, emotionally put aside. There's many reasons why we end up turning to food for comfort, okay? There is a reason. It's a self-soothing, comfort, coping mechanism happening. But what happens, what we don't realize, is that our body has a memory regarding what is happening in our emotions. Okay, I want you to remember this phrase. Our body has a memory through your emotions. And your body is what creates these hormonal fluctuations, like the stress hormone cortisol. And no matter what you're thinking, if what you're feeling is anxiety, is stress, is depression, it's all these emotions, your body is going to release the hormones associated to that. Cortisol, not enough serotonin, which is the happy hormone. And as you see, your thoughts and your feelings are creating a change in terms of how your body is functioning. So your body is responding to your feelings, and your feelings are responding to your thoughts. Which means your thoughts creates an emotion, and the emotion creates physical sensations and physical reactions. So I want you to think about this, okay? I want you to take a moment and close your eyes. Just a moment. Just close your eyes. I want you to imagine you're going in your kitchen. You have a nice juicy lemon in front of you. You cut that lemon. Half of the lemon, you take it and you picture yourself taking a bite into it. You're squeezing the juice from that lemon. What are you feeling? How is your body reacting? For me, just talking about it, I was feeling it in my mouth, right? I was like salivating. This is something that was from somebody that I read in one of the books from Noor Hibbert, which is honestly amazing in terms of certain things manifestation. And when she gave that example, it really struck a chord with me of I was thinking about a lemon, I was feeling the sensation, and my body reacted to it. So this is very often the missing piece that we have when we're trying to eat our way to weight loss. We're doing the work, we're eating, we're doing the fitness, but something is not working. It's because something in your mind or in your emotion is preventing your body from getting out of survival mode that is related to your stress level and help it lose weight. When your body's always in survival mode, it will never want to lose weight. Survival mode is stress. Stress equals release cortisol. Cortisol equals I'm keeping all the calories in. And there's different types of survival mode. Where we're going with the pandemic, stress is a big thing. Financial security. Safety in terms of your home security, food security, relationship security. Anything that is actually making you feel unsafe causes that release of hormones. Anything where you find yourself in a situation and you're not good in that situation, your body's going to react, it's going to release a cortisol hormone. And for me, that was a breakthrough that I had not too long ago. I've had it in the past, but I had a big drastic change that happened actually in October of 2020. I find for me, COVID, it brought in a lot of changes, but as well, it brought to light many things that I wanted in my life and many things that I didn't want anymore in my life. And that had to do also with people around me. You know how we always try to be nice and civil and say yes to everybody because I love people. I love being around people. But I realized with what was happening and having more time by myself because of the restrictions we have here in Canada, in Montreal, I was able to reconnect more to me, my true essence, and who I am on the inside and what makes me happy. And I ended up finding out that in certain situations, I was not good. There's certain friendships. I don't know why I was friends with them. And I wish them all the best of luck. But I realized there's a lot of emotional cleanup that happened in my life in 2020 regarding people that I had in my surrounding that I decided life was too short and I wish them all the best, but we're not in the same vibration. We're not in the same energy. We don't see the same thing the same way. We don't have the same values, the same beliefs. So why was I swallowing my belief, my values, to accommodate somebody else? And that happened in October. And you know what happened in October? When I realized that and I actually ended certain friendships, I felt a weight was lifted off. I felt relaxed. I felt free. And then without me even thinking about it, my body deflated. It deflated. I lost a few pounds in like a couple of weeks and I had no idea why. And I love learning how my body's working. I love understanding this because everything was the same except that. And I had more energy. I was happier. I was eating better, if that is even possible, because I already eat, you know. Never had an issue with that. Now I don't have an issue with that. I had that before. And it feels like I had that 50-pound weight on my back, carrying it every single day. And then when I let go of those friendships, I took out that backpack and I felt so light. My body felt so light it could have relaxed. So I really want you to imagine this. Like, this is what flipped my body even more. This is what flipped my metabolism even more. Releasing what no longer was serving me. And we don't talk about that often. We need to let go of what is no longer serving us with love and light. But we need to let go of what is no longer serving us. Because imagine if you're in a situation, in an environment where you feel like you have this 50-pound bag on top of your shoulders, how exhausting is this? How much food you need to eat to just have the energy to keep it up? 50 pounds on your back, you don't feel like exercising. You're always sluggish, you're exhausted. But when you take that off, you're finally able to breathe, and your body's able to breathe. You release that stress. And that is one of my first secrets I want to tell you that I discovered in 2020, the impact of that. I've gone through it in the past. I've done a lot of cleanups through the years. Life is short. Your time is limited. We need to really make sure the environment is exactly one that lifts you up. But it really hit in October that I was able to see it clearly. I knew it was there, but I'm like, wow, the impact of releasing what no longer is serving you. That's my secret number one I really want to share with you. Now, again, you can wish the people love and light, but if something is no longer serving you, why are you keeping it around? And that could be one of the things that is actually blocking you. But again, it's very hard to know what is aligned to you around you if you're not even aligned to yourself. If you don't know, like, what do I like? Who am I? What kind of life do I want to lead? What is your vision of an amazing life? If we're not able to take care of ourselves first and realign, it's very hard to know what around us is no longer serving us. And that's what I do with a lot of my clients. We do a lot of inner work realignment because I'm not here to tell you what's good for you, what's not good for you. It's for you to tune in. And that's how we create that magic together. Number 2, how I boosted my energy and integrated working out without dread and inside my busy schedule. And yes, I am not born an active person. Trust me. I am not. And the energy I've had recently to wake up and do my training is because I create this new amazing routine because I'm realigning myself better to me. And I'm able to look at the dream picture. So the one thing is, we all have goals in our life. The human species is meant to grow. When we don't grow and we don't change, we get stagnant, and that's when we actually get depressed. If we keep doing the same thing every single day, we actually get depressed. We're kind of like kids. We want to learn. We want to have experiences. No matter how old we are, we have this curiosity inside of us. And very often as we get older, as we get all these like responsibilities put on our shoulders, you know what I mean. We end up losing that inner spark, that inner child inside of us. We end up losing the fun, the joy. We end up losing our Peter Pan. And remember, when you think about kids, they have an abundance of energy. So much energy. And think about when you do something new, you have so much energy. When you first fall in love, there's so much energy. Whenever, for example, me, when I go on vacation, I'm ready to wake up at 5 a.m. and go tour the world, right? So there's no difference in terms of your eating or sleeping. It's an energy that is actually inside. You have that reserve energy available to you whenever you are ready to unleash it. But when you bring in your responsibilities, the I have to's, and not listening to ourselves and just having the routine, we're piling up so much, sorry for my word, so much crap on top of that inner light that we have of energy, that we need to give it certain exercise, certain resources to let that shine, that light shine out, and that's what gives you energy. And when you're able to do that, and you create, of course, there's certain systems of creating discipline and consistency with certain things that you want. I have amazing visualization that I do with my clients and everything I test on myself. And in the past year, I've created this new system of rewiring my goals, reviewing them in a different way, because it's nice to create change. We cannot keep doing the same thing every year. There isn't somebody who's going to tell you can do the same thing, eat the same thing every single day. No, variety keeps it interesting. New things keeps it interesting. And it's fun to learn new things. But the way to get that energy is not, I need to push myself to get it done. Getting that energy is an inner work process. For me to get energized in the morning, it starts the night before when I go to bed. And I found this way of actually connecting, of shedding the light. Again, number one, I released a lot of things, a lot of people from my surrounding that was no longer serving me. So it helped me get a little bit of stuff out and being able to see that inner kid energy ball that I have inside of me. And that energy ball, when I did that, when I released what no longer was serving me, it skyrocketed. Without even trying, I would wake up in the morning and I knew I was going to work out. I was tired, but never too tired to work out, because I do enjoy working out with what I like. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever fits in my schedule. But I felt I had this abundance of energy that I needed to work out. And isn't that amazing for you that you don't have to force yourself to work out? The energy is there. You're like, it's like a kid getting up and wanting to run. He just runs. So I was actually able to tap into that energy, and I wake up and I'm just exercising. Because I did the secret number one, like I told you, and then that brought in a boost of energy. And this is not about forcing yourself. Sometimes I'm a bit tired, like today. I didn't work out. It's all good. I'm very connected to when my body needs to rest. I was able to walk my dog. It's never too late if I want to work out later. But it's not the same way as me finding excuses not to work out. I'm able to know exactly today is a tired day. It's a real tired day. My body needs to rest so that tomorrow I'm going to be better. No excuses. Because you'll be able to realign that some days you're stronger than others, like kids. Some days they want to play a lot, some days they don't. They don't overthink it. They just connect with their energy. When you're able to connect to that, you will see how much energy you have inside of you. Not only for working out, for meal planning, for seeing friends, to get moving, to do video trainings, to, like all these things need energy. But how can you tap into your inner energy? Like when you first fall in love with somebody, you have all this abundance happening. It's inside of you. It's not coffee, it's not sugar, it's not all these things. It's not like all these superfoods. It's inside of you. But you need, like I said, sorry for the way, I don't think we like saying that word, but you need to clear the crap. You need to. But before you know how to clear the crap, you need to know exactly who are you? What is your inner power? What is your strength on the inside? Very different training today, isn't it? And secret number 3. How I eat chocolate almost every day without losing control or binge eating. And I am a recovered binge eater. I do almost eat chocolate every day. I can say that. I love doing my little brownie in the mug, and now we did some peanut butter cups homemade, and I love Nutella. I like my dark chocolate. I love chocolate. And Nutella used to be my forbidden food. Like if I had a jar of Nutella, I don't know how I did it. I used to be able to finish the whole jar. Now, if I think of eating, after 1 teaspoon, I'm like, I'm good. Because yes, Nutella for me is by the teaspoon. No, I'm not wasting it on bread. I'm just eating it straight out of a teaspoon. And the secret And the third thing, and I know I've said this before, but this is a big secret, is, and I did a podcast about it, if you want to have the link, just comment right below, is always seeing yourself more powerful than you are. You are not addicted to food. You are not a binge eater. You are not lazy. You're not a procrastinator. You want to say that I am struggling with certain foods. I am struggling with portions. I am struggling with my fitness. When you are labeling things differently, you will see things differently. Because if I was labeling myself, I'm a food addict, I'm addicted to Nutella, I don't think I'd be able to have Nutella in the jar, eating it, once in a while in a teaspoon. When you're able to see yourself as a person who succeeded, who is a normal eater, who is healthy, who is balanced, who has no good food or bad food, just food. Some are sweet, some are salty. That's it. Some are fatty, some are carbs. Food is food. We want to put food all on the same level. And this is the big, big work. And this is when anybody has to work with me. Now there's an application form. Because I need to know who I'm working with, because I want to make sure that that person is made to work with me. Because I have a very different way of working that works. If people are ready to think outside the box. If you come and you want to work with me and you're like, you know what, I need to ban all those foods. I'm like, why? Is it the food the problem? Is it the thinking we have about the food? Because Nutella is just like a bit of sugar, a bit of oil. I know there's a lot of ingredients. It's not the food the problem. It's our thinking of the food. Remember when I talked before? The thoughts create the emotion that creates the eating, right? The choices, the body actions. You think you're just binge eating because it just happens. No, it's actually a decision. You're deciding to binge eat, you're deciding to overeat because there's an emotion before. And there's an emotion that was related to a teeny tiny thought that you had. Could be, oh, it was a bad day today, I need to eat something. Then you feel bad and guilty. You're like, oh, might as well. I'll start on Monday. Everything that you're doing, even though you're saying like, oh my God, it's like subconscious, unconscious, there is a decision. And the decision comes from a feeling, and a feeling comes from a thought. A split-second thought that happens. That's why binge eating is a learned habit. It's not a born habit. Smoking is a trained habit. It's not a born. The only thing you're born with is your hunger and your fullness and wanting to feel safe and loved. That's it. That's all we're born with. Everything else, the fear, the anger, the binge eating, the stress eating, the dieting, all those things are learned. We are all looking to look for love. No, we're all looking to feel safe and to be loved. That's it. And when those two are actually vulnerable, we're going to find different ways for safety, which could be food, and love, which also could be food and other substances. Or being in unhealthy relationships that makes us feel bad, that makes us eat, and then it's a whole circle. It's all connected, and there's no right or wrong here. It's understanding if you are ready to create that change, you need to know that food is not the problem. And that's my secret number 3. It has nothing to do with food. Food is a symptom that something is not going right. Food is a symptom. It's not the cause. You see where I'm going with this? So if you believe you need to ban all those foods for the rest of your life, we cannot work together, because you're going to be struggling for the rest of your life with this. But if you are ready to say, you know what, Dina, I'm ready to work through this. And Dina, I want to be like you. I want to have Nutella and chocolate and have half a brownie and then put the rest in the fridge, because that's what I do. I eat half and I was like, even a quarter. And I was like, I had my fix and I put it aside and it stays there. This is what I can offer you. But you have to understand that the way that we were talking about eating your way to weight loss is not what everyone's talking about. We need to work from the inside out. So these are the 3 secrets that I want to share with you today. 3. Now, some might be applicable to you, some might not be, maybe some you're not ready for, and it is a-okay. Everybody on their own time. But you have to know that there's different steps to go forward. Because right now, you're here, and your destination is here, and you just keep putting the address in GPS and just following Google Map. Listen, you need to find your own map. We need to go back old school. Open up the map for you to choose the road that you want to go, the path you want to go. Not somebody tell you what's the quickest way, because quick doesn't work. And if you don't learn through the process how to get there, you're going to be so dependent on that diet for the rest of your life. You're never going to be able to just stay there if you want to stay there, if you get lost. So we need to actually work to find your own internal GPS. And when you find that internal GPS, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's a breakthrough. It's exactly what I want for you. It's what my mission is every single day, for you to find your internal GPS, that inner light that you have, that connection that actually is going to help you eat your way to weight loss, release what does no longer serve you, and be at a happy and healthy weight. But you can't keep doing the same thing. You can't. It's not working for you, and it's not going to work. You are unique. You are different. You need to find your internal GPS, and we need to peel those layers that are blocking your true connection to yourself. And this is always a work in progress, because as you're growing, as you're evolving, as your hormones are changing, everything changes. But seeing it more as a fun journey and not a hassle. And we see life and all this as a journey, as fun, you take out all the stress of expectations. It has to be fun. It's going to be challenging, but it's fun in the same way. Because then you don't need to follow a plan, a system. You just tune into your GPS and you know exactly what you need to do. And that is what I do for my clients. I give them a bird's eye view with my experiences. I guide them through that process. You can do this, 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 which ones you want to do, and then you'll connect to what actually works for you. What works for you is going to be different for me. What works for me is going to be different for the other person who's working with us. But it's all in the core foundation of finding your internal GPS. And you can take years to find it on your own, or you can shortcut that, work together, and I'll give you all my amazing tools to help you connect faster to your internal GPS. It's time to speed up the process of you connecting to yourself. And when that happens, everything falls into place. This is exactly what I'm doing in my amazing Rise and Thrive Weight Loss Group Coaching Program. This is going to be your way, your best way of working with me inside of group to connect you to internal GPS. Every week, we're going to have group coaching calls where I'm going to be answering your coaching questions. We're going to have trainings, which are going to be amazing, because whatever you're going through your coaching, I'm going to tell you this should be for you. Watch it until the next training. So it's honestly as if you're working with me one-on-one, but on top of it, you have a community of another 9 amazing women where we're all going to grow and support each other, because we need a community. Especially with what's happening right now, we're really in isolation a certain time. We need to find a way, a community of people that understand us, that are there to support us, and that are there to grow with us. And this is what the Rise and Thrive Weight Loss Group Coaching Program is. And if this is speaking to you, I'm going to post the link right below. I invite you to apply. I just ask you a few questions. I really want to make sure that you are the right fit for the program, and to tell you what the next step is. Because if you're ready and you love my energy and you want to have me in your back pocket in an inside group coaching program, whenever you have a concern or question, I will answer it, or one of my alumni is going to answer it as well, because so many amazing people have gone through my programs, are going through this as well. And this is when you're going to be able to see that there is, it's not the light at the end of the tunnel. The light is there. Just to clean up whatever's blocking your internal GPS. This is my 2021 weight loss group coaching program. I want you to rise above everything that does not serve you, and I want you to thrive to live your best life because you deserve it, and the time is now. And I would love to know, what are your thoughts about what I shared today? This is not your typical training, or I didn't talk about like calories and, meal plans and fitness, because very often we hear so many things, but how do we know what we need to do for us? And this is what this training is about, to help you see there's actually something that no one's talking about. As my dog is coming in, saying hi to me. It's 4:44. It's not mealtime yet. She's at 5:30. She's hungry already. It's finding that GPS for you. And once you find your GPS, oh God, it's so freeing. And I want you to have that freedom. I really, really do. So I invite you to apply. The link is going to be right below, or you can just go visit workwithdina.com. You'll have the site with some information. You can just click to apply. No strings attached. Just complete the form, and then I'll contact you by email to see if you are the right fit, because I'm only taking 10 people. I'm really keeping it nice and small. I don't want it to be overwhelming. I want everybody to have their space, as we're launching this on February 15th. And if you watch this video later on, again, message me and I can get you on the wait list if we are at full capacity, so you can join in whenever there's a spot that opens up. So on that note, I'm in love with the training I did today. It's rare that I talk very often about the things that I've been going through in the past year, but I think it's time to create more transparency, and that sometimes when you're not even looking for something changes in your life and things start changing on their own for the better. And change is scary, but sometimes this is where our greatness is waiting for us, and your highest self is waiting for you. So on that note, I wish you a beautiful and a balanced day, and I'll see you in the next training.